So you just tested your well water with a SimpleLab Essential Well Water Test, and you got your report. So what does all that information mean? It can be a little confusing. That's why in this video, we're going to show you how to read the SimpleLab test report, understand the results, and what you can do next. Okay, let's get started. So the easiest way to look at this is to log into your account online and access your SimpleLab report. The next step is to look at the tab at the top and see if there are any health effects indicated in your water, or if there's any aesthetic effects, or if there's any plumbing effects. Those are the three main areas that the SimpleLab test report will flag if there's any problems. The next step is to look at the actual results. And you'll notice if you mouse over, you can see what the results are in parts per million as well as parts per billion. Okay, so when you send in your samples for your SimpleLab water test, and we usually within about a week, 1 to 2 weeks, but oftentimes it's in 5 to 6 days, you'll get an email saying the sample has been tested, and basically just click on the link in the email and it takes you to your page. So I've got a page pulled up here, and the first thing you'll notice is that there's different levels or evaluation levels. And this is really important because right here it says HGL. And HGL, if you click on this where it says change evaluation, HGL is the health guidance level. So that's where they're kind of recommending, like generally based on EPA regulations, what is good for your health and sorted by health. But you can also sort by the MCL, which is the maximum contaminant level that's required that your utility, say you're on city water, must have the water below that maximum contaminant level. And then there's another very important one called the maximum contaminant level goal, which that's their goal. They're going to get to that at some point. So let's just start with the health guidance level. If you see here, this particular report has lead. He did have some lead. And if you kind of mouse over it, you'll see that it's 9.5 parts per billion, ppb, parts per billion. And the standard for lead is basically 0. You don't really want any lead, but the MCL standard is 15, so it should be less than 15 parts per billion. Lead isn't a problem to shower in, but as far as drinking, particularly if you have children, you don't want any lead in the water, obviously. But this gives you an idea here. Also, this one did detect total coliform, which is bacteria. And then you can just go down the list. Now, this is sorted by the health evaluations, the health guidance level from top to highest to lowest. And you can also sort here and go lowest, go by the name, go by category. Now it's just sorted by the highest. So I'm going to change this evaluation to the MCL, and you see it did come out, it has coliform and lead. Those are the main concerns. If it's city water, there is some fluoride in it. There was a little bit of copper detected. You can just go down the list here and see. And then if you want to know, like, well, what does it mean? Like, for instance, you click on here and it'll tell you this is conductivity. This is the amount of, the higher the conductivity, the higher your total dissolved solids are. And so that means that's total dissolved solids. It explains it are ions like sodium, calcium, potassium, all the salts in the water, and see all the contaminants here. This is the essential well water test. So it didn't do organic compounds such as pesticides, herbicides, just did the main heavy metals, general mineral, and E. coli. The other thing you can do is you can go up here and sort by, pick different tabs. Like for instance, under health, you have 2 health risks detected for this one, lead and coliform. Under aesthetics, we have sodium, coliform. Also here, if you'd put in any self-reported aesthetic issues, like there's a rotten egg taste, rotten egg smell, this one has hydrogen sulfide in it. And then this also, click on the plumbing tab, the water is hard, and it kind of gives an explanation of what it is. So this is either after the water softener or the water is just naturally soft water. Okay, that's basically how you go over and figure out what's what with the water. So now you understand more in depth of what the water results mean. You still might have questions as far as how it relates to water treatment if you need any type of water treatment. And the next step is to reach out to our staff at support@cleanwaterstore.com or give us a call, and one of our technicians will go over your results in more detail and let you know how it relates to your particular situation if you need any kind of water treatment. So in this video, I gave you a good overview of how to read your SimpleLab water test report. So that's why I made a series of videos that go over water treatment applications and water treatment systems that might work depending on your SimpleLab test report. So just click the video on the screen and I'll see you there.